The Wandering Inn was especially quiet that evening. Beyond its old wooden walls, a gentle rain drifted through the forest, tapping softly against the windows before disappearing into the night. Inside, the fire crackled peacefully within the stone fireplace, filling every corner of the room with a comforting golden glow. The scent of burning cedar mingled with freshly brewed tea, wrapping the inn in a warmth that seemed to slow the passing of time itself. You quietly settled into your favorite chair beside the fire. The long road behind you had been tiring. Your boots still carried the dust of distant paths. Your shoulders still remembered the weight of your journey. Without a single word, the innkeeper noticed. He gently lifted a small iron kettle from the fire. Steam curled gracefully into the warm air as he slowly poured fragrant tea into a simple stone cup. He placed it carefully on the table before you. Then, with the same quiet patience, he walked toward an old wooden bookshelf resting in the darkest corner of the inn. Its shelves held countless weathered journals collected through many years. Some were thick, some were thin. Each carried the marks of countless hands, distant places, and forgotten journeys. The innkeeper's fingers moved slowly across their worn leather bindings until they came to rest upon one particular journal. He carefully lifted it from the shelf. A faint layer of dust shimmered briefly in the firelight before disappearing into the quiet room. Returning to the table, he placed the old journal beside your cup of tea. For a long moment, he simply rested one hand upon its weathered cover, as though greeting an old friend. Only then did he gently open the first page. The quiet sound of aged paper turning blended naturally with the crackling fire. A small smile appeared upon his face. He looked toward you. "Traveler," he said softly, "perhaps you will enjoy this story." He lowered his eyes to the journal once more and began to read. There are places that every map is proud to show. Great cities, ancient castles, roads that countless travelers have followed for generations. And then there are places that no map has ever dared to draw, not because they are hidden far away, but because almost everyone chooses to turn back before reaching them. Deep within an ancient forest stood a magnificent waterfall. Its endless stream had carved the surrounding cliffs long before the oldest trees first reached toward the sky. Travelers often stopped there to rest. They filled their cups with cool mountain water. They listened to the peaceful rhythm of the falls. Then they quietly continued on their way. For beyond the waterfall there seemed to be nothing, only a towering curtain of crystal water, a wall that appeared to mark the quiet end of every road. And so, no one ever thought to take one step further. The waterfall had always been a place of quiet beauty. Morning light painted its endless stream with silver. By afternoon, golden sunlight danced upon the mist. As evening came, the forest grew still, and the only sound that remained was the gentle rush of falling water. Or so everyone believed. Every now and then, just before the sun disappeared behind the trees, another sound drifted softly through the air. A single bell, gentle, distant, almost hidden beneath the endless song of the waterfall. Most travelers barely noticed it. Some believed it was only the wind. Others smiled, thinking it was nothing more than water touching unseen stones. No one stayed long enough to listen. No one searched for its source. And so the little bell continued to ring, patiently waiting for someone who would choose curiosity over certainty. Among the countless travelers who had stood before the waterfall, one remained. Not because the view was more beautiful that day, nor because the road had changed, but because the little bell rang once again, soft, gentle, patient. The traveler stood quietly beside the river, listening. The sound did not call for attention. It did not demand to be followed. It simply lingered beneath the endless voice of the falling water. Most would have turned back. The path had already ended. There was nowhere else to go. Yet something deep within whispered that perhaps the road was not truly finished. Perhaps it simply continued in a way no one had ever expected. The traveler took one careful step toward the waterfall, then another. The cool mist touched every breath. The sound of rushing water slowly filled the world. Still, the little bell could be heard. The waterfall stood only a few steps away. Its endless curtain of crystal water shimmered beneath the afternoon sun, filling the air with cool mist and countless dancing droplets of light. The traveler paused for a moment, then, without another thought, stepped forward. The falling water wrapped gently around every step. For a brief moment, there was nothing but rushing water, nothing but cool air, nothing but the steady rhythm of the falls. Then, the sound slowly changed. The thunder of the waterfall faded behind. The air became warmer. The mist grew softer. Golden light quietly filled the space ahead. The traveler opened weary eyes, and there, beyond the endless curtain of water, was a peaceful valley that no map had ever remembered. The little bell rang once more. This time, it sounded close enough to welcome someone home. A quiet stream welcomed the traveler first. Its crystal-clear water flowed gently between smooth stones polished by countless seasons. An ancient stone bridge stretched gracefully across the stream, its weathered surface softened by emerald moss and tiny wildflowers blooming between the old stones. Beyond the bridge, a peaceful village rested beneath the shelter of the surrounding cliffs. Stone cottages stood beside timber-framed homes, their windows glowing softly beneath flower-filled boxes and climbing ivy. Cobblestone paths wandered gently between gardens, small bridges and quiet courtyards where nature and craftsmanship had grown together for generations. Nothing appeared grand, nothing sought attention, yet every corner carried a quiet beauty that could only be shaped by patience, kindness, and time. For the first time in many years, the traveler no longer felt the need to continue searching. It was as though the road had not ended at the waterfall. It had simply led home. The traveler wandered slowly through the quiet village. Every path seemed to invite slower footsteps. Crystal-clear streams flowed peacefully beside the cobblestone roads, their gentle song blending naturally with the distant rhythm of the waterfall. Small stone bridges connected gardens filled with herbs, wildflowers, and climbing roses. ancient trees stretched their branches above the rooftops, offering cool shade as warm afternoon light slipped softly through the leaves. The cottages wore the gentle marks of time: weathered stone, aged timber, moss resting comfortably upon old roofs. Nothing appeared forgotten. Nothing felt abandoned. It was as though the village had never tried to become more beautiful. It had simply allowed time, nature, and quiet hands to shape it little by little. Here, even silence felt alive, and every gentle sound seemed to belong exactly where it was. As the traveller continued through the village, quiet life slowly revealed itself. An old gardener patiently cared for climbing roses that embraced the stone walls. A baker placed fresh loaves of bread upon a wooden windowsill, allowing the warm afternoon breeze to carry their comforting aroma through the narrow streets. Nearby, a carpenter carefully sanded a weathered wooden bench, smiling gently as though there were nowhere else he would rather be. No one hurried, no one raised their voice, yet every person seemed quietly devoted to whatever rested in their hands. The traveller noticed something curious. No house was larger than another. No garden tried to outshine its neighbour. Nothing spoke of wealth or status. Only care, only gratitude. It was a village where every home belonged to the whole, and every day was lived with the quiet understanding that enough had always been enough. Perhaps that was why peace had chosen to stay here for so very long. As the afternoon slowly faded towards evening, the traveller found an elderly villager sitting quietly beside the ancient stone bridge. He watched the gentle stream flow beneath its weathered arches as though greeting an old friend. The traveller sat beside him. For a while, neither of them spoke. The peaceful sound of flowing water was more than enough. Finally, the traveller broke the silence. "May I ask you something?" The old man smiled kindly and nodded. "Of course." The traveller looked toward the waterfall that surrounded the hidden valley. "If the world beyond the falls is so vast, why did your people choose to build a village here?" The old man remained silent for a moment. His eyes rested upon the waterfall, where golden light shimmered softly across the endless curtain of water. Then, almost as quietly as the stream itself, he began to answer. "We did not choose this place because it was hidden. We chose it because of what it taught us." The old man watched the waterfall for a long while before speaking again. "Many travelers believe this waterfall protects our village." He smiled gently. "But the waterfall has never protected us. It has never stopped anyone. It simply flows." The traveler listened quietly. The old man reached down and picked up a small pebble resting beside the stream. He dropped it gently into the clear water. Soft circles spread across the surface before slowly fading away. People often fear what they cannot see beyond, so they stop. They turn back. They believe the journey has ended. He looked once more toward the endless curtain of falling water, but sometimes what appears to be a wall is only asking us to slow down long enough to notice the doorway that has always been there. The traveller remained silent. For the first time, the waterfall no longer looked like an obstacle. It looked like an invitation. The old man slowly rose to his feet. Without another word, he invited the traveler to walk beside him through the quiet village. They passed cottages where open windows welcomed the cool mountain breeze. Flower gardens bloomed without perfect order, yet every path felt lovingly cared for. Children's laughter drifted softly from somewhere beyond the trees. The comforting aroma of fresh bread lingered in the evening air. Everywhere the traveler looked, there was life, simple, unhurried, content. The old man smiled. Many who arrive here believe they have discovered a hidden village. He paused for a moment. But that is not what they truly find. They find something they have been missing for a very long time. The traveler looked around once more. For the first time, home no longer felt like a place waiting at the end of a journey. Perhaps home was simply where the heart finally learned to rest. As the evening light slowly settled across the valley, the traveler asked one final question. If this village is hidden, have none of you ever wished to leave? The old man smiled, not with surprise, but with quiet understanding. Oh, we can leave whenever we choose. No gate keeps us here. No wall surrounds our homes. The waterfall has never been our prison. He looked toward the gentle stream flowing beside the path. Many of us have walked beyond the falls. We have seen distant cities. We have crossed great mountains. We have followed roads that seemed endless. Then his smile grew softer, and every journey taught us something precious, but every journey also reminded us where our hearts found peace. The traveler looked once more at the quiet village. Perhaps the greatest freedom was never the ability to leave. Perhaps it was knowing exactly where you wish to return. As the sun slowly disappeared beyond the cliffs, a quiet evening settled over the hidden valley. One by one, warm lanterns began to glow beside wooden doors and beneath stone archways. Their gentle light shimmered across the streams, dancing softly upon the moving water before fading into the night. The waterfall never grew silent. Its endless song simply became calmer beneath the evening sky. Somewhere nearby, a window opened. The comforting aroma of warm soup and freshly baked bread drifted into the cool mountain air. No voices hurried through the streets. No footsteps echoed with urgency. The village welcomed the night just as it welcomed every morning, with quiet gratitude. The traveler stood upon the ancient stone bridge, watching golden reflections drift slowly along the stream. For the first time in many years, there was nowhere else to be. Nothing left to chase, nothing left to prove. Only this moment. And somehow it was enough. Morning arrived as gently as it always had. The first light of dawn slipped through the great waterfall, filling the hidden valley with a soft golden glow. Tiny drops of water sparkled like scattered stars before quietly disappearing into the clear stream below. The village slowly awakened. A window opened. A garden gate creaked softly. Fresh bread rested upon a wooden table beside blooming flowers. Everything felt beautifully familiar, yet the traveler knew the time had come to continue the journey. The old man was already waiting beside the ancient stone bridge. He offered nothing but a warm smile, no long farewell, no words asking the traveler to remain. Some places never ask us to stay because they understand that every meaningful journey must one day continue. The traveler bowed gently and with a grateful heart began walking toward the waterfall once more. The traveler walked slowly toward the great waterfall. Its endless curtain of crystal water shimmered beneath the morning sun, just as it had on the day of arrival. One final step. The cool mist embraced every breath. The familiar song of rushing water filled the air once more. Then, the forest quietly returned. Ancient trees stood peacefully beneath the morning light. The winding path stretched gently between moss-covered stones. The waterfall flowed exactly as it always had. The traveler paused. For just a moment, one last glance was cast toward the endless curtain of falling water. Nothing could be seen beyond it, only clear water, soft mist, and sunlight dancing across its endless stream. The hidden village remained exactly where it belonged, not lost, not gone, simply waiting for the next traveler who found the courage to take one step beyond the place where everyone else chose to stop. The forest felt different now. The same ancient trees stretched toward the morning sky. The same birds welcomed the day with gentle songs. The same winding path disappeared quietly between the moss-covered stones. Nothing had changed, and yet everything somehow had. The traveler walked without hurry. Each step felt lighter than before, not because the road had become easier, but because the heart no longer carried the endless weight of searching. Some journeys change the places we visit. Others change the way we see the world. This journey had done neither. It had quietly changed the traveler. The waterfall had never hidden a village from the world. It had simply revealed a truth that had always been waiting, that peace cannot be found by walking farther. Sometimes it is found by walking slower and taking one more step when the road appears to end. The road stretched quietly through the ancient forest. Sunlight filtered gently through the emerald canopy, painting soft patterns across the path ahead. The traveler continued walking, not with hurried steps, not with restless thoughts, only with a quiet smile that appeared from time to time. The journey ahead was still unknown. There would be mountains yet to climb, rivers yet to cross, forests yet to wander. But somehow, there was no longer a need to rush toward the next destination. The hidden village had left behind no map, no treasure, no secret waiting to be shared with the world. Instead, it had left something far more precious, a quieter heart, a slower step, and the gentle reminder that the most beautiful places are not always the ones we discover, but the ones that quietly teach us how to see the world with new eyes. By the time the traveler reached the edge of the forest, the distant song of the waterfall had become little more than a gentle whisper upon the wind. Soon, even that familiar melody disappeared. Only birdsong remained, only the quiet rustling of leaves overhead. The traveler did not look back again. There was no need. Some places are not meant to be visited again and again, not because they disappear, but because they have already given exactly what they were meant to give. Somewhere beyond the ancient forest, The waterfall continued its endless journey. The hidden village welcomed another peaceful morning. Its stream still flowed beneath the old stone bridges. Its gardens still bloomed beside weathered cottages. Its lanterns would glow again when evening returned. Patiently, the village waited, never calling, never hiding, simply waiting for another traveler who would one day choose to take one more step beyond the place where everyone else believed the road had ended.
Years would pass, new roads would unfold, new forests would whisper their own stories. The traveller would discover many beautiful places along the way. Yet, whenever the sound of a distant waterfall drifted upon the wind, a gentle smile would always follow, not because it brought back memories, but because it carried a quiet reminder. The world still held countless wonders waiting beyond the places where most journeys seem to end. Perhaps there is a hidden village beyond a waterfall. Perhaps there is another quiet path waiting beyond the one you have not yet chosen to follow. Or perhaps the greatest discoveries are never found upon a map. They are found within the quiet moments that remind us to slow our steps, open our hearts, and believe that every ending may simply be the beginning of another beautiful story. And somewhere beyond the endless curtain of falling water, the village quietly waited, just as it always had. The innkeeper closed the journal with quiet care. For a moment, only the gentle crackling of the fire could be heard. Outside, the rain still whispered against the windows, just as it had before the story began. The warm cup of tea upon the table had grown still, its last curl of steam slowly disappearing into the golden light of the room. Without a word, the innkeeper returned the old journal to its place upon the wooden shelf. Among countless other stories, it waited patiently for another quiet evening. He walked back to the fireplace and placed one more piece of cedar upon the glowing embers. Tiny sparks danced upward before gently fading into the warmth above. Then he looked toward you. A quiet smile appeared upon his face. Good night, traveler. May your road always lead you to places your heart is ready to find. The fire continued to glow. The rain continued to fall. And somewhere beyond the ancient forest, an endless waterfall sang softly into the night.